Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? How you guys been? This is part 2 of the Lightfast testing series that I'm doing, and today we are looking at the Marco Raffine right up there, and we're also looking at the Milan Big Lead. Let's hop into it. Now, a bit of recap from part 1 session that we did. We had did the Lightfast testing of these, and I know I said in the previous video about 20% of the Marco Raffine 72 set were fugitive. Guys, I'm mistaken. I did the calculations. I added up all the colors that were fugitive that had color shifts, and I computed it, and after computing it, it actually came out to be 26.38. So 26.38 are roughly translated to 26% of the 72 set of the Marco Raffine color pencils are fugitive. Like I also said in the first video, this set actually has 120 pencils across its color line. So I can do a brief estimation knowing that that percentage might go higher than 26.38. How much higher, I don't want to estimate, but yes, I am estimating it will go higher. Now, as for the next set I have, which is the Marco Square C600, that's a 24 set. That's the complete set line of that. It only comes with 24 colors in that set line, this particular pastel version of it. And of that version, I computed it, I popped it in, and it came out to 62.5 are fugitive. So more than 50%, 62.5%, roughly 63% if you round it off to the nearest fifth, 63% is fugitive, which is a very high number. Okay, now, so since we have looked at that, and we have computed that, let me get this out of the way. Let's now look at the Marco Raffine's cousin, the Marco Raffine or the Marco Raffine. I don't know how you pronounced it, but this Marco Raffine 7100 has a complete set line of 72, and I just so happens to have the 72 set. So I can say with certainty when I do make my estimation of the percentage of fugitive colors across its line, it's correct because I do have the 72 set. Now let's look at it. Oh my, from the time we started, we can see color shifting in basically almost the entire front row. Let's take a closer look at it, guys. Let's go in there. Here's the entire front row. Look at that. You're seeing color shifting right here. This is number 506. This is actually yellow orange. 507 is tangerine. 518 is peach. This has also color shifting here. This half is the half that was in the locked drawer versus this half that was in the window. I am seeing color shifting here. I'm not sure if this camera is capturing it real well. Let me see if I go in closer, if you guys can see what I'm talking about. Right here for 520, there's a color shift. This half was in the window versus the little one that was in a locked drawer. You see it better here too. This half was in the window versus this half that was in the locked drawers. So see guys, there are color shifting here, and it goes back to the point I made in the first video where I'm saying that basically there's something up with the red pigment because there's color shifting here as well. This half was in the locked drawer versus this half. This is a complete drastic color shift. It's lighter, the side that was exposed to sun versus the side that was locked up. And here you are again. This is almost 50%. This half was locked up versus this half that was attached to the window. Look at that. So there is something. This, I am not sure if the taping got in the way or there are some spots on the window from where they previously painted the room. So I'm thinking that probably got in the way here. But even if you look around the spots, you can see that color shift dime right here. So there's something up with that red pigment color. Look at it. Now this is 5716. This one is pink. And there is some shift in there. This one is a little lighter, but not as drastically light as this one here. This 552 is actually saffron, and there is color shifting. All colors that contain some form of red, there is color shifting. Because I'm thinking there's some form of red in here. This is not all yellow. There's probably some red mix in here to give me this color shift. Because see, this remains. This yellow pigmentation remains. But the part that would have given it its brightness, its oranginess, this red part here has completely evaporated. 554, wait, no. 552 is actually mustard. Sorry, this is mustard. And this is saffron. You guys are seeing what I'm looking at? I hope you guys are able to see what I'm looking at. Look at that color shifting. Basically, the yellow part, this part was in the window versus this part that was in the locked drawer. Basically, this part here, the pigment, the red pigment out of this color has just completely gone. And we're moving along, and the rest of this line is not fugitive, so there's not very much color changes. What we're paying attention to is right here at 548. This color is seaweed. There we go. You're seeing that color shift in here. Look at that right there. This part was in a locked drawer versus this part that was in the window. Even this color here have some color shifting. 563, and that is brown. I'm thinking they use red in here. And look at the one right next to it, 555, which is sepia. Look at that, guys. Let's take a closer look at this sepia here. You seen it? The part that was in the window for, I think this one was in the window for 7 weeks. The part that was in the window for 7 weeks turns greenish versus the part that was in a locked drawer, which is this, which still keeps its red. There's a redness in it, and that redness just evaporated and it just leaves this greenish color. So basically it looks like two completely different colors. Thankfully I had the foresight enough to put the color number next to it before I put it up, so I had to use that as a guide to fit it back together, because like I said, all I did was swatch it and cut the swatch in half, and then paste half in the window and I paste half in a locked drawer. Here we are again. There's some luster shift here. You know, it's not, this is not capturing it well, but in real life I am seeing luster shift. And you can even see, like, look at that guys. Just let's sit for a moment and enjoy this thing here. The red is no longer there. It's gone. That red hue to it is no longer there. This one is actually mahogany. It's no longer a mahogany color. This part was in the locked drawer versus this part that was in the window. Look at that. Okay, and we're moving along. I'm actually going through this kind of fast, so let me take you guys back out again. And we're now going to here. Now you're actually seeing these colors. The colors, I think, has red in it. I keep saying this when it comes to the Marco, the bulk of the Marco, well, the 3 Marco pencil lines that I have, which is the Marco, I have the Marco Renoir 72 set color pencils. I have the Marco Square C600, and now we're looking at the Marco Raffine, And all along the Marco line, I'm noticing colors that would have a red pigmentation mixed in along with it to produce the color. All those colors are fugitive. The browns, you know, let's go out a little bit here. The browns, you know, these red and these red and pink lines, the orange line, the skin tone lines, all these colors that would be suggestive of having some form of red pigment mixed into them to produce their colors, they are very fugitive. Even look at this one here, 530. This is Ultramarine. Now, I'm not thinking they use actually PB29 with this. I'm thinking they mix this Ultramarine with something else. You see what I'm talking about? Because when you put it in the window and that redness, that red pigment, you know, eviscerated, came out of it, you actually see that they probably mix their Ultramarine leads with some kind of red in it, because it doesn't have that warmness to it anymore. It's actually a very cool pigment now. So you're actually seeing that here. And so I know for certain this is not PB29. This is some blue mixed with some red to produce an ultramarine light color. And once that red came out of it, when you put it in the window, it's very sensitive to light. It's very sensitive to sunlight. And so when that came out of it, you actually see this color here, which kind of looks like a cobalt blue to me versus an ultramarine. Sorry, I had to drink some water. Now they said their cobalt blue here is right next to it, which is 533, this one right here. And you can see part of that also. Look at that. This part here was in the window versus this part that I had in a locked drawer. And you can see how that color just have that color shift. It almost wants to look like a darker version of this. You see what I'm talking about? This camera is not doing what I'm looking at justice. Really, it is not. This, oh my gosh. I wish you guys could see this, what I'm looking at. There is an appreciation for this color. This color was in the locked drawer versus this color that was in the window. And this color just has a greenish tint to it after it was exposed to sunlight. This is actually their Prussian blue. Here we go. And the last color we're looking at is this a cobalt blue? Then what is 530? Oh no, 530 is ultramarine, 531 is blue, and 533 is their cobalt blue. You see this? I'm sure you guys are seeing what I'm looking at right here. Look at that. This looks very blue versus this one here. That there's something up with these blues, guys. Now let's pull out. Let's see what other line we're working with here. These are the grays. I think this color 552 lavender. When I finished, I was like, wait a minute, I only have 71, and then I looked at, I kind of missed that one. So this one is, that's why this one is towards the end. The big significant change here is 567. 567 is actually slate. Look at that. There's something in slate. I don't know what it is, but whatever made this color is very sensitive to light because it basically left after 7 weeks. Even 565, which is they call gray, there is a shift here. There is some shift here. And the gold as of normal is, again, the red in the gold is gone, and all other colors seems within normalcy. So after looking at this complete line, 47.2%, guys, is fugitive. So along the entire Marco Raffine line, 47.2 are fugitive. Okay, and if you compare that to the Marco Renoir 72 set, whereas it's 26.38 along the entire line, so you would say in compare with the same amount of coloring pencils, the Marco Renoir has a lower fugitive rate than the Marco Raffine. Now, it's not to say that the Marco Renoir is better. Just, I have the Marco Renoir 72 set and the Marco Raffine 72 set, but the Marco Raffine is fugitive 47.2% versus the Marco Renoir 72 set, which is 26.35%. That's all I'm saying. Now, when we look at the last set here for this part, we are now going to be looking at the Milan Big Lead. I know my voice is leaving me. That's because I want to do all this tests today. Results today. This is the Milan Big Lead. Now, the Milan Big Lead colored pencils are colored pencils that are found right here in the country of Belize. They're some of my favorite color pencils to use. They're some of the favorite ones that I like to use as a bargain friendly one. To be honest, in most cases, I would reach for the Milan Big Lead before I'd reach for the Marco Raffine or the Marco Renoir. So it's a pencil set that I have used often and frequently. Also, it's some of the first pencil sets that I had when I decided to go into this journey of art. With all that said, I did contact the Milan company to see if there's a set that is higher than this 24 set. Fortunately or unfortunately for us, the 24 set in the Milan Big Lead, is this 24 or 36? I think it's 36. The 36 set, sorry. The 36 set in this Milan Big Lead is the highest number they have, and I have the complete set. So it's not 24, it's actually 36, okay? And the rain started. Oh gosh, let's hope I don't have to completely shut my window, because besides it being rainy, it's also very hot. Let's look at these Milan Big Lead, like I said. And yeah, look at that. That's along the entire color line. This one, which is actually, I think this one is their apricot pink. Their apricot pink. Yeah, this is, see, let me give you guys a closer look at what I'm looking at. The apricot pink. Look at that. This is Arctic White. I don't see any color shifting, to be honest, with the Arctic White. I did see color shifting with this one, which is their Dandelion Yellow right here. The orange, well, this is not orange. It's actually Sunset Orange. This one here has some color shifting as well. This one, which is their Coral Red, have color shifting. Surprisingly, the Coral Red has color shifting, but the Strawberry Red or the Watermelon Red, let me bring you guys over here, see? So let me bring you guys closer. As I was saying, surprisingly, the Coral Red here have color shifting, but the Strawberry Red and the Watermelon Red does not have color shifting. The Carmelia Pink has color shifting, and the Bloom Pink has color shifting. No, this is Bougainvillea Pink, sorry. This one is Bougainvillea Pink. And now this one is Bloom Pink right here. Now look at this color, guys. Let me bring you guys in, show you guys what I'm looking at. This color right here. You see this Bloom Pink here? Look at how it looks here. Look at how it looks here. This half was in the locked drawer versus this half that was in the window. You're seeing that? That is, that's some amazing findings right there. Wow. Look at this. Look at how the red that just came out of this color. This color is the great color. This is the part that was in the locked drawer versus this part that was in the window. Look at that. There is no more red in this gray. Look at this. There is color shifting here. The one that I love looking at is this one. This is its violet. This part was in the locked drawer versus this part that was in the window. So like when I say things like the red just completely eviscerated, that's what I mean. There is no more red in this violet. Whatever red pigment the Milan company used to make their Milan Big Lead 36 set or the Milan Big Lead colors, the red they use in their violet is very fugitive. Even here, look at that. The blue have some color shifting as well. Like this one is so much more duller in person versus this one that was in the lock drawer, and this blue is actually ocean blue. Continue along the color line. Let's pull out, see what we're looking at. Continue along the color line. There is not much shifting in colors. Looking now at the last row, we stay right here. This is actually LB lava brown. Lava brown, again the red. Not sure what red they use because it's very fugitive. Even the brown here, I think this is earth brown, is very fugitive. But the rest of the color line, including its gold, because remember, both the Marco Renoir and the Marco Raffine gold color had significant color shifting. The Milan Big Lead Gold does not. That's very interesting. Okay, so across the Milan Big Lead line, 37.5% of its colors in the entire line, because I do have the entire 36 set, along the entire 36 set line, 37.5% exhibit fugitive colors. Guys, I'm not saying they're bad pencils. I mean, a lot of these pencils, the Marco's pencils and the Milan Big Lead, I use in sketchbooks. And I'm thinking people who do coloring book could use these as well, as long as they're not exposed to sunlight. That's what I'm saying. Just don't expose them to sunlight. Don't put them on the wall with great artwork on it, because some of the colors will not stand up to the test of time. With all that said, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Thank you for putting up with me for these Lightfast testing. We're finished with part 2 of these colored pencils set. This is actually the last of the colored pencil sets. Part 3, we'll be looking at the watercolor pencils, and that will be it for this part of the testing. Maybe later on down the months, we'll be looking at the last part of the watercolor paints that I've put into the window. Give that a good 6 to 8 weeks. Let sun hit it. Let's see which one fade, which one didn't fade. If there's any color shifting in anything, any conclusions we can make. We're winding down, guys. We're getting there. Thank you so much, guys, for putting up with me. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.